Well, a very good day to you all. Happy Sale Talk Saturday. I've got my cup of coffee in hand. I'm still working on the whole waking up process. I did have to drop Mark off at the airport, so you just get me today. I'm a one-man show, but I am going to make this work, and we're going to have a good time. And that's just my commitment to you, because it's Saturday, and what a better way than to break into your weekend with me. I do have the littlest of heroes right next to me. He's hanging out, maybe sulking a little bit, but he's going to keep me company through today's live. And of course, I know that the rest of you all are going to do the same. So thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so what a week. It's been a fun week, actually. We had, as many of you saw, there was a huge announcement that came from, well, Carnival. And we got a little excited, and we may have booked ourselves onto a cruise. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But first, I see that there's been some messages that have come through. I will do my best. You know what? It looks like I have to pull some of these up on my phone, because we all know that that's how this wonderful live stream likes to play. Let me see what we got. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. And it looks like Mark also popped in for a quick moment. I see a little hi there on This Cruise Life in the chat. So thank you so much, Mark, for joining us as well. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, it looks like Lisa B was the first person in this morning. I don't see anyone before her, so we will take it. Lisa B, thank you so much for being the first into the chat. Happy Sale Talk Saturday to you, Lisa B. Bud is also here. Happy Sale Talk Saturday to you, Bud. And it looks like Blake is here. Happy Sale Talk Saturday. Hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. Be sure to like and subscribe to help support the channel. 2 thumbs up to you, Blake. Thank you so much for that support. We super appreciate you. Matt Troyer is here. Happy Sale Talk Saturday to you, Matt Troyer. And Blake is reminding us that we are only 22 days away from our inaugural group cruise. We're going to have so much fun. And for those of you that are joining, you are in for some really awesome treats. It's going to be so great. I have a ton of work ahead of myself for this next week while Mark is away playing and having a fun time on the Carnival Liberty. I am going to be continuing to work on the prep that needs to be done as we get ready for this group cruise. But we are so excited to get everything brought together and to present it to you and share our love with you for Margaritaville at Sea Islander. It's going to be great. I can't speak highly enough about what's going to happen on this upcoming cruise. I mean, obviously I can't predict everything, but it's going to be a blast. Mom and Dad are here. Good morning. Good morning. Blake said that he met someone last night at an event who had just sailed on Margaritaville at Sea Islander a few weeks ago, and he described it as the time of his life. Can't wait to see what the ship has to offer. That is awesome. I mean, that is high praises right there. We've said it ourselves here on the channel as well many times that we absolutely love the Islander. We love what the brand has done with the ship and how the brand is operating. And that's one of the biggest reasons as to why we wanted to do our first ever group cruise on Margaritaville at Sea. So there you have it. You're going to have a great time. I do not doubt what that person said to you, Blake. They are absolutely right in their words that it's going to be a great time. Okay. Bud is also excited because he only has 14 days and 12 hours. Not that he's counting until he gets onto the beautiful ship. He's going to do a back-to-back. Bud, I'm so jealous of you. You are going to have so much fun. And you're also going to be our inside scoop on what bars to go to, who are the best bartenders, and what the best food is on the menus for the 7 nights, and who the best servers are. All right? No pressure. No pressure at all. It's going to be a lot of fun though, Bud. I'm really, really happy that you decided to go on both of the cruises. You're going to have an absolute amazing time. Standing room only is here. Anyone ever been on the Jubilee out of Texas? I got a casino offer and just trying to pick a good ship. Standing room only. Mark was actually on the very, very first cruise that Jubilee took with passengers in December of 2023. If you head on over to our, we have a playlist actually on our YouTube channel all dedicated to the Jubilee. Check it out. Tons of great content. Mark shared all of his thoughts and experiences, of course, what he loved, what he didn't love, and what he hated about his time on the Jubilee. But he tends to go back and forth on that ship. He loves the Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras kind of takes the spot for his favorite carnival ship. But the Jubilee is a very close second. He just had such a great time. He loved all of the food options. He loved the design and the decor from inside, and just had a really, really good cruising experience. So definitely go check that out. You won't be disappointed in the Jubilee. Countdown hype. Yes, I love it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else countdowny that I have. No, I just have the countdown from today's video. So we'll take it. Thanks for that, Blake. Eric, good morning to you, Eric. Thanks for being here. He has only 6 days and 6 days until his 10 days of blissful, amazing joy on board the Norwegian Joy to Alaska. Eric, I was hoping that we would have our full review out for you before you set sail. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. The release of Carnival Festival really took over a lot of our time this past week. Yeah, it kept us really busy. There was a lot going on with the festival, but we're really excited about the festival. We got a lot of really cool things coming to the channel for it. But Eric, I know that you're going to have a great time. I think we've said it before. If you have any questions at all about the Norwegian Joy, about any of the ports of call that you're going to be visiting or anything like that, please feel free to drop us a note. You can shoot me an email, rocky@thiscruiselife.com, and I would be absolutely happy to help you out with any of your questions. I see Mark caught what I said, blissful or joyful. Yes, exactly. Good job. Tom is here. Hello, Tom. We'll be seeing you also on that group cruise on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander in just 22 days. So excited to see you again. It's going to be a blast, and you're bringing a couple of friends along with you, so that's going to be really cool. There's Mark's comment. He is at the airport. He is in group B12 for boarding as he's heading over to Nala, New Orleans, Louisiana, as he's getting ready to set sail on the Carnival Liberty tomorrow. They'll be going over to Key West, to Nassau, Bahamas, and to Celebration Key. Speaking of Celebration Key, oh my gosh, we have an announcement, or not an announcement, but we have a video that we're going to actually premiere at the end of today's live stream from Pearl Cove Beach Club. When we were there in opening day a month ago, just about a month ago now, we decided that we were going to get our way into Pearl Cove. I bought just the admission only to get in, but Mark bought the all-inclusive pass. And so he recorded a full video about his experience at Celebration Key in the Pearl Cove and shared what he loved, didn't love, and hated about that experience. Oh, Hero's gone upstairs. I'm sorry, y'all. But no, he shared everything that he had experienced while he was visiting Pearl Cove, including all of the dining options and the drinks. There's 3 different bars there and a couple of restrooms and a really nice pool and some really cool beachfront areas. So we're going to premiere that video at the end of today's live stream, so don't go anywhere. And if you do have to leave, just make sure your notifications are turned on so that you'll be able to get notified of that video when it goes live. But anyway, so he is heading back to Celebration Key. He is going to be going back into Pearl Cove Beach Club again on this trip, only this time he got a slightly different admission ticket. So make sure you stay tuned for that video to watch it, and you'll get to see which of the different admission passes he bought for Pearl Cove Beach Club. Oh, Mark said hello to Hero. Good morning, Kathy Brown. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hope your week is going well. Standing room only said you'll definitely check it out. Awesome. That just moved on me. I don't believe Mardi Gras has any availability in September, and that's when I'm free. Okay. You know what? Jubilee is a great pick. Yeah, you're going to have a good time on the Jubilee. I would say some cruise tips, and if I could put that on the screen, I would put cruise tip right there. When you're flying into Galveston, if you're probably going to be flying into Houston would be my guess, whether you're flying into Houston Hobby or IAH, either one of those airports, you can actually arrange a transfer to get from the Houston airport areas down to the Galveston area. And you can just get that all taken care of through Galveston Limo. If you want more details on Galveston Limo, that is not something that I'm contracted through or anything like that. But we're just trying to share some great helpful hints as you are making your travels. So feel free, shoot me an email, rocky@thiscruiselife.com, and I can provide all the details on how to make that happen. They are super easy. They pick you up at either of the hotel or either of the airports in Houston. And then if you're flying in the day before your cruise, which we always recommend, they will drop you off at any of the area hotels in Galveston, which is really sweet. And then all you have to do is figure out how to get from the hotel to the cruise port. And if you book it round trip, they will pick you up at the end of your cruise and bring you back up to whichever of the airports that you're flying out of from the Houston area. So hopefully that helps. That should provide some good detail. If you've never done the Galveston cruises before, standing room only, let us know if we can help you out with that. And I think Mark just put in the comments here, 10 out of 10 recommend. I promise it's not limo prices. No, it's not. It's usually they'll either do a bus that holds like 40 people, or they'll send like a little passenger van that holds 10, 12, 15 passengers. It's great. It's the only way that we'll do Galveston at this point. It's just so nice. B is here. Have I ever sailed on the NCL Escape? Good question. No, I have not. However, Mark and I will be going onto the Norwegian Escape here in December of this year. We were originally supposed to be sailing on the Norwegian Epic. It was going to be an epic sailing out of San Juan, and we love sailing out of San Juan. However, when we started to look at airfare to get us from Phoenix to San Juan, it was going to cost almost as much as the cost of the cruise per person. So we decided, you know what, we're just going to cancel it while we were still within the cancellation period with Norwegian. And we lifted and shifted the funds from that cruise over to the Norwegian Escape, sailing out of New Orleans, as a matter of fact. We're doing New Orleans 3 more times this year. So Mark's doing it today. We'll be doing it for his birthday in October. And then we're going to be catching the Norwegian Escape in December. We love the Port of New Orleans. If you ever get the chance to sail out of there, do not miss it. It is so much fun. So anyway, yeah, hopefully if you're going to be sailing on the Escape, it's after we've done it, so that this way we can provide some details on the Escape. But if you are sailing before then, I would recommend watching our full review of the Norwegian Encore. And then once we get the Norwegian Joy uploaded, you'll be able to watch that because they are sisters to each other. So that is my recommendation there. Yes, Pearl Cove Beach Club coming soon. Thank you so much for that, Mark. Also headed back in a week. Actually, it's going to be less than a week. I think, Mark, you are there. You sail away Sunday, so I think you might be there on Tuesday. I'll double check that and I'll see what ships you're in port with as well, because I know that that can make a difference on your actual experience while you're there. Amy is here. Hello, Amy. Amethyst Haze Adventures. Nice to see you. And Michael is here. Good morning, Mark. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And a safe flight wishes to Mark. So thank you so much for that, Michael. Keith and Joe Walters McShane. Yes, I just got you booked. You are so welcome for that. You are going to have so much fun on that Norwegian Escape. Sorry, Norwegian Bliss sailing. Norwegian's really creative with their names. I love it. It's so easy to work their names into conversations. Everyone on the Joy kept saying Enjoy, and we're like, yes, Norwegian Joy. And they were like, they would look at us and they're like, huh? No, never mind. Norwegian Joy, get it? Enjoy. Ay, ay, ay. Let me have some more coffee. All right. Amethyst Haze Adventures for Galveston. If flying, I would recommend the Carnival shuttle. Traffic can be rough, and my guess, if it's through Carnival, they won't leave without you. That's true, but again, we always recommend flying in a day early anyway for any of your cruises. And so if you are flying in a day early, you won't really be able to use that Carnival shuttle. Just use Galveston Limo. It's super easy, and I think their pricing is a little bit cheaper than Carnival too. I think. I'd have to double check that. Don't quote me on that. But no, they're super easy to get around. Hey, Will G, thanks for being here. I think your picture might be showing up in our Pearl Cove Beach Club review that's coming up here at the end of today's live stream. So keep your eyes out for that, Will. It's good to see you. Oh, well, Amy, you're in Texas. You drive down. That absolutely makes it so much easier for sure. Epic would have required us to miss Thanksgiving. Yes, Mark likes to point that out. The only way that we could have made the flights work would have been to fly out over Thanksgiving, which would not have been very good or very wise. So hence the other reason why we canceled the Norwegian Epic sailing. Yes, it is, Mark. It is sailing out of New Orleans. We get yet one more NOLA sailing this year. Tom wants to know how the Wi-Fi is on Maz. The Wi-Fi is good. We've been able to be productive. I'll say that much. It's not, well, they have Starlink on board. It's just a matter of how they've coded all of the internet to reach your devices. Overall, we haven't had really too many issues from any of the Margaritaville at Sea ships. We've worked from both of them. We were able to take care of video posts. We didn't do any major uploads like long form videos, but we were able to upload to TikTok and Instagram, and we uploaded a couple of YouTube shorts from on board the ships. So it's pretty decent. We haven't really had too many issues. And the nice thing is we do have a little perk for anyone that's on our group cruise on the Islander, that you're going to be getting the basic internet package included in your fare. You don't have to worry about booking anything extra unless you're wanting that streaming capability. So there you go, a little surprise and delight coming your way. And that's just one of many surprise and delights that we have coming across that sailing. It's going to be so much fun. Standing room only, I'll look into that service. It's my first cruise and I'm stuck between Jubilee Celebration out of Miami or Panorama in Long Beach. Have you guys cruised in September? Yes, we have. In September of last year, we sailed on the Carnival Liberty, as a matter of fact, out of New Orleans. And that was a great time. I will say there is always the risk of tropical weather, tropical storm weather in the month of August, September, and a little bit of October. So that is a risk that you might be taking. But the good news is the cruise lines have a full-fledged weather service team that looks at everything to make sure that it's going to be safe for you to set sail. Or if you are already at sea, they will find a safe route for you to follow that avoids any of the storm activity. So you're going to be in pretty good hands there. I wouldn't worry too much. Oh, perfect. And it looks like Mark also just posted about September is my favorite time of the year to sail. All the kids have gone back to school. Prices are usually reduced, knock on wood. I've only experienced one storm. Yeah, so absolutely. You don't need to worry about hurricane season and the weather. The cruises are, the ships are probably the safest place to be during that time. But no, you're in a good spot. Amy is wondering if you're looking into next month or next year, because she's on the Celebration this September. So you guys may be able to link up and she can show you around the Celebration and how to sail the Carnival way. Just some options there. But Amy, yes, you do stay at a hotel close to the airport and you get the shuttle back to the airport and then use Carnival transport. Ah, there you go. That works. I've heard of people doing that. The drive to Galveston kind of scares me a little bit from a traffic perspective. I know they've been doing a lot of road work down in the Galveston area on your only way in and out of Galveston. And that can get quite backed up, especially if there's a lot of ships in port and all of that. So that's why I always say, you know what, just fly in a day early. You don't have to worry about it. The headaches are gone. Oh, and standing room only is going at next month. And you're welcome for that reassurance. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure that you have a wonderful time. Sandy C is here. Hello, Sandy C. Happy weekend. We will be sailing with you very soon on the Carnival Liberty in October. We're really excited to get to meet you and sail with you. It's going to be a blast. Amy has sailed in September so many times. Most of hers has been in September. Well, there you go. Now, not to worry you or do anything like that, but I do have, oh, wait, let me see here. With that said, if there is a specific location you must visit, September is a bit risky as the ship may change ports to avoid storms. For us, we don't mind the ports change up, but it's just a heads up. Yep, that was my very first cruise, actually. My very first cruise was in 2017, and Hurricane Irma had different plans for our cruise. It was supposed to be an Eastern itinerary, Eastern Caribbean itinerary, and the hurricane caused us to go to the Western itinerary. Totally fine. We still had a wonderful time. Everyone was safe. We didn't notice any weather issues on our cruise, which was great. So yeah. But speaking of hurricanes, y'all may remember from last year during the summer when we go on 2-hour Sail Talk Saturdays, that I often will do a little weather blast and talk about what's going on across the country. Well, especially when it comes to, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to update something and it's not working. Anyway, I will usually talk about any tropical storms that are coming and that could potentially threaten different cruises. And so here is this year's first look at some hurricane activity. We actually have Hurricane Erin right now. Hurricane Erin is, oh, I'm just going to put that up onto the screen, Mark. Thank you. There we go. Hurricane Erin is currently off the coast of St. Thomas and Tortola, way down on the far eastern reaches of the Caribbean right now. The hurricane is making its way towards the west. However, it doesn't look like it's going to be making any landfall in any of the Bahamas or any of those areas. It's going to make a sharp curve going to the northeast and will potentially even avoid Bermuda. Now, what I will say is if you are sailing out of New York and you have a cruise coming up within the next week going to Bermuda, my guess is that your cruise itinerary will likely change. It may no longer be a warm itinerary going to Bermuda. Instead, you might end up going to Nova Scotia or like Halifax area just to meet that international requirement. So just be aware of that if you are planning on sailing towards Bermuda within the next week and a half time frame. That is your weather update. There's currently a hurricane or a tropical depression hanging off of the coast of North Carolina, but it doesn't look like it has any threats towards the eastern shoreboard, so you should be good there. All right, coming back. Brandy, hello, Sail Talk family. She's stuck at work, surprise, surprise. Well, that's all right. We'll catch you on the replay, Brandy. Thanks so much for popping in. She said, have a great cruise, Mark, and she's so grateful. She was worried about hers next Friday. So of course I will, about Erin. I will keep y'all updated, of course, throughout today and next Saturday. I will come back to you live for another Sail Talk Saturday solo appearance, as Mark will be on a sea day next Saturday. Lucky him. All right, what did we miss here? It doesn't look like I missed anything. I've done a pretty good job at keeping up with everything. Bud says safe travels to Mark. Michael is wishing Mark a wonderful cruise. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. That's wonderful. For anyone that's wondering, it is a chocolate roast blend, and I mixed in some raspberry flavored syrup. Chocolate and raspberry go so well together. All right, yeah, no lime green cans of soda for me. I try to avoid those things most of the time. All right, cool. So what else do we got going on here? You know, I was going to do this quick little reveal here. And just to answer your question, Will, Mark is hopping onto the Carnival Liberty for a Key West and Bahamas cruise out of New Orleans. There you go. All right. So y'all, we have been so excited for this group cruise, and not just the group cruise by itself, but also what's happening at the end of the year, the holidays, and people want to buy gifts for their friends and family members. And so Mark and I put our heads together and we came up with some new updates to our online store. We've put out some brand new merchandise. We are so excited for it. In fact, several of you, or anyone that's going on the group cruise with us on the Islander, are going to get a sneak peek at some of that branding. But don't you worry, anything that we're selling in the store is not something that we're bringing on the group cruise. So if you are interested in outfitting yourselves with some fun This Cruise Life wear, or maybe an oh boy, it's cruise time, oh buoy, it's cruise time tank top or t-shirt, we've got all of those hanging out in our store. We also have some other special items coming to the store very soon, so keep your eyes out on that. If you are joining us on the group cruise, we just sent you an email yesterday with more details. Also included some links to that store, because if you want to buy something and bring it on board, now is the time to do that. And don't forget, we also have an Amazon store. So just to give you guys a quick little peek of some of the items, I did put together a little slide here of some of the new products that we put into our web store, which I'm so excited about. We have two new lines of merchandise. One of them is our groupie line. You can see up there on the left side, we've got a really cool tumbler. It kind of looks like this one that I'm drinking my coffee from this morning, only it's a double wall insulated tumbler and it has this Cruise Life logo on it. We've got mugs, we've got t-shirts, we have notepads, and we have baseball hats. Yeah, random collection of things. And then from the O Buoy, it's a cruise time collection. We have t-shirts, tanks, we have that tote bag, which is kind of fun. And then I also have added a coffee mug as well. I just need to put that in the store. I haven't shifted that into the same tag. So really excited about the new merch. We are, oh, I don't need that up there anymore. There we go. We're really excited to share all of this new merch with y'all. It's going to be great. Let's see here. I don't know if it's 20 cruises a year or if the shirts are small, but I've had to order a size up. Yeah, I'm really surprised, Mark, that I was able to get into this tank top. I didn't realize this tank does not have any stretch to it, which I was really surprised by when I went to go put it on. So that explains why it was so messed up from when you tried it on the other day. Yeah, so if you are planning on ordering at least this tank top for sure, get a size up. It's going to make it a little bit more convenient and easy for you to wear. Let's see here, coming back up here. Scotty J. I'm not sure who Scotty J is. Is that the cruise director, Will, or is that just a friend that you have? Let us know who that is. Amy, Carnival Liberty was my first cruise back in September of 2018. Oh, that's awesome. The Liberty just came out of dry dock early last month. So she's looking nice and shiny and new right now. So I'm really excited to check her out. I know Mark's going to get a first look at the ship since she was redone. And then I will be joining him in October when we set sail for his birthday to check her out again. So I'm really curious to see what they did during the dry dock on the Carnival Liberty. Standing room only, Celebration is calling my name because I want to see that new Celebration key. Yes, Celebration key is pretty awesome. You know, like I said, if you stay tuned to the end of this video today, this live stream, we are going to put out our Pro Cove Beach Club full review from Mark's experience in the all-inclusive over there. We'll share everything about the value and whether we thought it was worth it or not, so don't miss that. Amy said September 14th cruise going to Celebration Key San Juan and St. Thomas. That is a fantastic itinerary. I am so jealous of you, Amy. If I could join you, I would. Trust me. Bud is excited for the new merch. Thank you so much for that, Bud. We absolutely appreciate you. I just placed a couple of orders and we're really excited. I don't think you've received them just yet, but they are on their way. So you'll get to enjoy those products and maybe we'll see you sporting some of those items on the cruise. That'll be awesome. Standing room only, yes, that's what I've been looking at. Perfect, standing room only. See, it's a sign. You should book the Carnival Celebration out of Miami there on September 14th. You're going to have a great time. That's a great itinerary. You're going to go to some amazing places. Thank you so much for that, standing room only. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're kind of going with this new pattern or down this new path about groupie. We thought it was kind of cute at first. We were like, oh yeah, all of our groupies are following us on these cruises, but it actually kind of stuck. We really like it. So there you go. You have some merchandise to go along with it now. Kathy Brown is headed to Alaska next month. She's heard of reports of flooding and evacuations in Juneau due to the glacier melting. Should I be concerned that NCL will cancel the itinerary? No, absolutely not. So it actually is not necessarily the glacier melting specifically. There's several things that are happening, and that is in the Suicide Basin, which I hate that name. It's you know, it is what it is. But so Mendenhall Glacier sits north and east of Juneau. Juneau is kind of by itself. There's really not any roads that lead in or out of Juneau. You're kind of stuck there. So Mendenhall Glacier surrounds Juneau and it drains into the Mendenhall Basin, Mendenhall Lake, which is a part of the Suicide Basin. Every year at around this time, the water levels of that basin tend to increase. And it's because there's a lot of snow melt, not necessarily the glaciers. The glaciers are pretty hard packed ice, so you don't really have a ton of that movement coming off of the glaciers. It's really just snow melt during the warmer months of the year. And so all of that drains down into that lake that Mendenhall Glacier created. And as such, right now, what they're experiencing is higher than normal levels of water on that basin. And as such, that has drained into the channel that Juneau sits on. And so that's causing some flooding right now. As far as your itinerary goes, I wouldn't expect a full cancellation. The only thing that I would see potentially is a modification of your itinerary. You may either not port in Juneau, or instead of actually docking, they may do a water shuttle service in Juneau. It really just depends on how impacted the city of Juneau is for those cruise ships to be able to come in there. I know that the cruise business is pretty good to Juneau. They get a really good revenue stream coming from all those passengers. So they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that it's safe for those ships to dock. But overall, yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. My understanding is when the Suicide Basin overflows, it kind of all rushes out to sea, and then everything is kind of back to normal within a week or so of that incident happening. So, Kathy, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Norwegian has your best interest in mind. They're going to make sure that you're safe and that you're going to have a great cruise. And I believe that that's going to be the case as well. Please do me a favor, though, Kathy. Let us know. Keep us posted on how that goes. If you are able to dock or if you're not able to dock, I'm just curious to kind of get some live real-time updates as you're able to provide them. And the same thing goes, scrolling. The same thing goes for you as well. Where'd you go? Eric, there we go. Sorry, I was trying to figure out who said that they were going there. I'm like, I know I got someone. Eric, same thing for you. I know that your cruise is just possibly a little bit further away from, maybe not. Yours might be sooner. So Eric, keep us posted as well if you could on if your ship is able to dock in Juneau. We would love to know those details, and then we can share it to the channel for anyone that's going to Alaska this summer. That would be awesome. Thank you for asking that, Kathy. Really appreciate it. Based on the Facebook group, it looks like it's going to be a fun cruise on Celebration in September 14th. So if you're not doing the group cruise with us on September 7th, or if you are and you're feeling like you want to do a side-by-side and make your way from Tampa to Miami in a single couple hours, there you go. There's an option for you. All right. Will G is another content creator. Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll tell Mark to keep his eye out for Scotty. Appreciate that. Hi, guys. It looks like you had a great time in Bonaire. Yes, Kimberly, we did. Bonaire. So we've been to Bonaire a couple times, and we didn't really know what we were going to do this visit. And we decided to book a little catamaran experience, and it was so much fun. It was a smaller catamaran. They had lunch service on board. They had drinks. So it was an open bar, and the crew on board took amazing care of us. We had so much fun. Honestly, if you're going to Bonaire and you want some recommendations for something to do, let me know. I am so happy to help you out with getting that taken care of. Mark is back again. Somehow he keeps coming and going, but it sounds like they are in the process of taking off if they haven't already. We miss you, Mark. We wish you a safe flight, and I look forward to your text when you land safely in New Orleans. Let's see, did he text something else? Just posted about September. Oh yeah, of course. Perfect. My phone is telling me to make my way to the airport now so that I can make my flight to New Orleans. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see here. Stephen Cali going to Celebration Key September 14th. Can't wait to see your Pearl Cove review. Awesome. Hey, Pearl Cove is amazing. Just a quick little insight on Pearl Cove. It was a great time. We had so much fun. It was a really cool way to spend our day. And we don't know if some of the reactions and experiences that we had were because it was the opening day and there was a lot of media present and executives from Carnival Corporation and Carnival Cruise Lines. but we hope that it's consistent and that everything stays the same as how it was when we were there, because it was such a great visit. So fingers crossed on that for you, Stephen. I hope you have a wonderful visit to Celebration Key. Standing room only, first time in the lives, but thank you so much. We get entertainment, meteorology, and history. You know, you never know what you're going to find out here on Sale Talk Saturday. That's why we host these. It's so much fun to share all of our wealth of information with you, our followers. You just, like I said, you just never know what you're going to come upon. In fact, something else that I really want to share with y'all is we have, and you might know this, we have already announced our second ever group cruise. It's going to be on board the Norwegian Aqua next year. It is going to be so much fun. Y'all, we choose ships that we fall in love with and that we have a good time on. And the Norwegian Aqua is no exception. We had so much fun when we sailed on the Norwegian Aqua in May of this year, just within a month of the ship's launch. It was a great ship. It was a great sailing. Everything about it was just so great that we were like, you know, our next group cruise is going to be on this ship. So there you have it. We are currently asking people if you're interested in joining us and you want to learn more about the group cruise. I need to update this because that's not going to be so helpful in just a little bit. But head on over to thiscruiselife.com/group cruise. Make it really easy. Thiscruiselife.com/group cruise, and that's where you'll find out all the details about our upcoming Norwegian Aqua plans. There is a spot where you can fill out an interest form to let us know that you want some more information to be able to determine whether you want to join us. I will be locking this down this coming week. I know I said I was going to do it this past week, but the week escaped me. There was just so much going on. So I will be locking down pricing. The good news is we're going to get a little discount because we're booking so far in advance. And of course, I'm going to see what I can do about getting some extra perks when you book through the group. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be sending out a bunch of emails. We already have a very healthy sign-up list, and I'm so excited for everyone that's already expressed interest in joining us for this group cruise. It is going to be an absolutely amazing time. And for those of you that are joining us for our current group cruise on September 7th, you already know what it's going to be like. And hopefully by the end of our Islander group cruise, you'll already have signed up for our Norwegian Aqua group cruise to join us over there. That would be so amazing. All right. What else do we have over here? Eric is going to be sailing away on Friday and then Juno on Sunday. Absolutely, that makes sense. He heard that the floodwaters have receded. Perfect. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I know that once the basin fills up, it kind of holds it and then it all just kind of rushes out and it's done. I watched a little bit of aerial footage this morning and I was really impressed at the elevation changes of the water lines and everything else. It was really interesting to see how that all kind of processes through. What else do I have? I think I covered all of the details that I wanted to share with y'all today. You know, it's so weird when Mark isn't here. I don't really need to go for the full hour to 2 hours that we tend to do. That's okay. But this is another really good one. Did you know that we put out a monthly newsletter? That's right. Every month, roughly, Mark and I kind of collect all of our thoughts of what's happened in the last several weeks as well as what's coming up. And we put together a newsletter and we send it out. We do not spam, we promise. We are not interested in selling your email addresses to other people or anything like that. Your email address stays with us. And we send out all of these really cool little bits of information. This month, we did send out 2 newsletters, and that's usually the most that we'll do in a month. The first one, of course, was the recap of what we've been doing and what's coming up. And then the most recent one that we sent out yesterday was about the updates to our online store. Yes, I'm flashing you with my new tank top. So don't miss that. Please go sign up, thiscruiselife.com/newsletter for all of the details. Well, Stephen, thank you so much. Video game controller poses triumphantly in between the words critical hit. I absolutely love when we get these descriptions from our streaming service. I'm certain that that looks like a fantastic little emoji that you sent over. But in the meantime, I'm going to star this and I'm going to play our little video. Thank you so much for that, Stephen. Oh, come on back. Come on. Come on, you got this. There we go. Oh, Mark just sent me a text. I'm sorry. That was amazing, Stephen. I'm gonna look up what that emoji actually looks like because video game controller poses triumphantly between the words critical hit sounds really cool. I'm gonna say that right now. Real quick, Mark just messaged me and said that Carnival is doing 2 times VIFP points on select casino deals to help casino players reach status. Very interesting. Now, I don't know if that's something that they're doing right now. It sounds like that is. So if someone is on the brink of getting to their diamond level, they can go play in the casino apparently, and they'll be able to reach 2 times point status. So if diamond level is something that's important to you, or even platinum, knowing that with the new Carnival Rewards program, when that rolls out on May 31st, whatever your status is with Carnival is what the status will be for at least 2 years. So your gold level and platinum level will remain as such until May 31st, 2028. And if you make your way up to diamond, you'll get that status through May 31st, 2032. You get an additional 6 years on top of that. So some pretty cool information. Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing that. Thank you, Blake. I know what it looks like now. There we go. That's funny. And thank you also, Blake, on that comment there. Everyone be sure to hit that thumbs up button to help the channel. We appreciate it. Standing room only. Yes, we do have a Facebook page. Not necessarily a group. I don't know. A lot of our Instagram feed heads on over to the Facebook page as well. So go check us out. All of our socials are actually on both sides of the screen right here. You can see we've got X and TikTok and Blue Sky. And over here, we've got Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, Pinterest. I know, it's weird. But go check us out. We're the same handle across all of those different social platforms. This Cruise Life, just search us out. Follow along the journey on those different socials. We'd love to have you there. I may start doing group cruises if I enjoy my first one, which I'm sure I will. You absolutely are going to love it. Again, head over to our website, thiscruiselife.com, standing room only. We have an entire blog post for first-time cruisers. It's called the First Time Cruiser series. If you go over there and in the search panel on the top right corner, just type in First Time Cruiser. You'll see the entire expanded series. There's one more edition that's coming out to that in a couple weeks. I've written it already and I'm just waiting for some approvals from Mark to make sure everything looks good. But it is a great helpful guide for those of you that are setting sail for the very first time. In addition to that, we also have a shopping channel. So again, on our website, you can go to the shop tab and then down on that drop down, you'll be able to see a spot where you can find your cruise must-have list. And it'll give you a packing list of things that we always tend to bring on our cruises so that this way you can show up to the cruise ship prepared and ready to set sail and you don't have to worry about, oops, I forgot this or that. So go check that out, standing room only. Welcome to the channel, welcome aboard. We're so happy to have you in this live stream. Remember, it's the same time every single Saturday unless we're on a cruise ship. And then on that case, either it's not gonna happen or it might be at a different time, just depending on where the ship is sailing and where we're at, if we're even on the ship yet or not. At the start of today's live stream, I did kind of tease a little bit that we were excited about the Carnival Festival announcement that came through this week. I was watching the website, Carnival's website, for kind of feverishly on the Wednesday night. I'm trying to remember what the date was. So Wednesday night was when they made their big announcement for the Carnival Festival. Technically, their announcement was Thursday morning, but they released all of their sailings for 2026 and 2020, or sorry, 2026 2027 and 2028. Whew, that's a long time from now. But they released some of their sailings for the Carnival Festival, the newest ship coming to Port Canaveral. And Mark and I got really excited. We saw that they're doing a 4-night cruise itinerary in the middle of May, and we didn't love that sailing. It's not easy for us to fly across the country for a 4-night sailing. I know, Amy, you are already booked onto that sailing. We had talked about that a little bit, and I'm so happy for you. You are going to have a great time. However, we are actually booked on the transatlantic sailing that's going to be coming over from Southampton, Europe, and heading on over to Port Canaveral. So that's going to be a May 2nd sailing of 2027. We are super excited about that. It's going to be so much fun. It was kind of sneaky of them to release it at midnight without a real announcement. You know, we've seen that before. It kind of goes along with when we check in for our cruises. We always wait for midnight to do the check-in, not the morning when we wake up. And so we kind of expected something would happen, and then they finally made the formalized announcement on Thursday morning. All that being said, Amy, something else to be really excited about. Mark and I spent a good deal of time yesterday scouring the deck plans like we do, and we recorded our video of a walking tour, if you will, looking at the Carnival Festival and identifying all of the differences that made festival different from the Carnival Jubilee celebration and Mardi Gras. So that video I'm going to be working on over the next couple days with the plans, hopefully to get that out by Wednesday of this week. Oh, I'm giving myself quite the challenge to make that happen, but that is my plan. Yes, Will, I agree. I do really like the new Alchemy location. It is down on deck 6 instead of 7, overlooking that promenade area. I think that's a really great change. It's a lot larger of a space, so it's going to be a little bit more integrated, I guess you could say. So I'm really excited about that. Coming back up to you, Lisa, please get aqua pricing sooner than later. Yes, Lisa, I am absolutely working on that. It is on my list to do. I will get you taken care of. Don't you worry about that. Oh, Will, we will see you on the transatlantic. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we? We see you on all these new sailings. I love it. That's going to be so much fun. Let's see here. Need to start saving now. Absolutely. Mary Coberly. Hey, Mary. So glad to see you. Absolutely. Mark has this tradition. Anytime that he is going on a cruise, he will take a selfie with Hero before he walks out the door. It's super cute. I should really get my hands on all of those selfies and just make like a quick collage of them. That would be really fun. But anyway, yeah, so he definitely gave Hero a big giant hug. They cuddled all night last night. I wasn't even allowed to go see them, go near them. That was their time and they got it. It's fine. Amy, yes, it's gonna be awesome. That video, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. Let's see here. Lisa B, come on everyone, hit that like up. Thank you. Really appreciate you. So yeah, that is some of the big news that we've got. We are going on the Carnival Festival. Something else that we've kind of swept under the rug that we're not talking a lot about. Yeah, we have another cruise between the Liberty and our group cruise. Y'all, I don't know if you were aware of this, but Royal Caribbean has a brand new ship that's started sailing, and it's not quite sailing publicly yet. They're doing some showcase sailings, as they call it. So we are going to be setting sail on Star of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's newest ship and the biggest cruise ship in the world, on August 27th. Yeah, that's going to be a lot. So when Mark's cruise ends, we are both going to meet in Orlando next Sunday. So I will still be coming to you live from here next Saturday. So don't miss that. But yes, we will be meeting in Orlando. We'll spend a few days in Orlando before we make our way over to the port to hop on board Star of the Seas for a 4-night showcase sailing. It's going to be interesting. We didn't have such a great time on our first Royal Caribbean sailing, and again, there was a lot of different things that were kind of going against us, and so we kind of chalked it up to, we need to give this brand another try. So many people out there love the brand and speak so highly of Royal Caribbean, so we're gonna give it a try. And so yeah, Star of the Seas, it's a big ship. Y'all know how we felt about World America, MSC World America, and how large that ship was. So it'll be interesting to see how this ship is. We're remaining optimistic. We're remaining excited. It's going to be a great time. And then we'll come home for a week before we fly to Tampa for the group cruise. Yes, they did announce the new godmother, and that is Kelly Girardi. There was an issue with the previous named godmother, and I can't remember what her name was right now. I'm sorry. I know it was a singer. That's really bad of me. But I know that she was having some issues, and so she had to pull out of the option to be the godmother of Star of the Seas. So I'm glad that Royal Caribbean was able to negotiate and find a new person to take on that role. Hopefully they'll have the slide open by then. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's operating right now on Star of the Seas. So, and it's definitely not operating yet on Icon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But what I will tell you is that the water slide, yes, thank you so much, Amy. I knew my mind, Diana Ross. I hope she's okay. I'm really bummed that she's not the godmother, but I understand there's some personal stuff going on and she needs that time. So totally respect that. Bud, back to your comment about the slide. Margaritaville Sea Islander has a slide. You could do that. That one's safe. I haven't heard of any issues with that one. Yes, thank you, Eric, as well, for helping me out there with my brain fart. Okay, what else do we need to talk about? I think we covered pretty much everything, and I love the idea of being able to launch this new video right at the top of the hour. So I do have that ready to go. We just have a couple more minutes to kill. So thank you again, everyone, for being here on today's Sail Talk Saturday. You are the Sail Talk family that we absolutely adore. For those of you that are new here, welcome. So appreciative. Hopefully seeing me by myself wasn't enough to scare you off. Yes, Blake, I did see that video, and it kind of reconfirms my hypotheticals that I shared last Saturday about what happened with the slide. If y'all can catch the video, you can see the piece of plexi slash material that they use for the slide as it pops off of the thing. I wonder if I can find that quickly for y'all. I think I know who sent it. Let's do that. It was Lisa. All right, let's see if we can get this to play. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. And there you go. It just popped right off. One more time. It rewound, and now pop. And it goes flying off. Yeah, that was something. I'm certain Royal Caribbean has their hands full with that challenge. Yeah, it definitely was something interesting to see. I agree with you, Bud. Definitely not something you want to see or be the person that experienced it. I did hear that there's a lawsuit being lined up by the passenger that was on board, that was on the slide when it happened. Of course, yep, there's the pending lawsuit. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. And like I said before, it'll also be interesting to see what happens from a modification standpoint, or what they're going to do. If they're going to leave the slide intact and they're just going to do a different material at that bend, or if it's going to be completely brought down and a new slide put up in place that's not as sharp of a turn. Time will tell. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. And of course, we'll keep you posted on what it looks like on Star of the Seas when we're there in a week and a half as well. What else do we have going on? Oh, even more crazy that I know, you never know. You just always got to be recording, because, your phones don't have unlimited space on them, right? No, but it's awesome that someone was there recording it. It kind of reconfirmed my thoughts on what happened with the slide. It's wild. Again, my thoughts go out to the person that was sliding down it when it happened. I hope that they are okay. I understand the reason why they're doing a lawsuit. It's not, I mean, that's just the nature of the world that we're in right now. Everyone likes to sue people because that's what you do. Thank you for that reminder. Happy roller coaster day. I have been so removed. Roller coasters were my passion before cruise ships were, and today is National Roller Coaster Day. I love roller coasters. They are so much fun. A little bummed that the festival will not have a roller coaster on board, unlike the Jubilee celebration and Mardi Gras. Bolt Ultimate Sea Coaster is no more, at least on the new editions of the XL class. But Festival has some pretty cool features on it. I've been to a lot of amusement parks. If you ever want to see me geek out, just start talking roller coasters and amusement parks to me, and we'll get going on that. Blake, your question. Yes, it is possible to lose weight on a cruise. Have you ever heard of norovirus? Sorry, I'm sorry. Yes, there are things called gyms on cruise ships. If you are good about going to go to the gym, you can do that. That's funny. That's funny. Anyway, so yes, cool. Well, again, if you haven't signed up for the Cruise Life group cruise, head on over to thiscruiselife.com/group cruise. Also, don't forget, I am a travel advisor, and I would love to help you book travel, whether that's a cruise. Oh, Hero's back. Whether that's a cruise or all-inclusive or a hotel pre or post-cruise, I can get you taken care of. There is Mr. Hero. He's hanging out over there on the stairs. He's coming back down to check me out, I guess. I hope I'm doing okay, Hero. I'm sorry. But yeah, let me get you booked. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's right here. Hi, bud. Let me help you get booked. Again, cruises, all-inclusives, hotels, excursions. I have travel insurance. I also am now partnered up with a thing called Flex Pay. So if you can't make a full payment right out the gate, or you don't want to make your full payment in one lump sum, Flex Pay can work with you on coming up with smaller payment plans, which is nice. Lisa B, can't wait to see the festival walkthrough. We are booked for November of 27. Awesome. Well, we've got it coming for you. Or you can just walk around the top deck a couple times each day. You'll lose weight. That's true. We do that also. That is a very good point, Kimberly. I love that idea. All right. So, oh, where did it go? Okay, good. It's still there. So as promised, we have a new video coming to you. It is for Pearl Cove Beach Club, the full review. I've got that video queued up and ready for you. It has a 2-minute intro video, so I'm not too worried about y'all making it in on time. But I am going to head over to YouTube. I am going to make that live right now. Here comes the link in the chat as well, so feel free to head on over to Pearl Cove Beach Club. The premiere of that video is going live right now. I would love to see you all there. Thank you so much for spending a part of your Saturday with me. It has been a pleasure chatting it up with you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe out there. And if you're not on the group cruise, what are you waiting for? But if you are, I will see you on board the Margaritaville at Sea Islander on September 7th. Y'all, thank you again. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing, amazing weekend. Take care, be safe, and we'll see you over on the Pearl Cove Beach Club video.